Love you. All right, welcome everybody. Can you see me? Can't see you too much, but all right. So today is the Imbolc card readings, and we're joined by Salina. Hello, Salina.
Hello, everybody. It's so great to be here. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Suleiman.
Hello.
Hello.
So I know you have a lot of things that you want to talk about, so
Sure.
we should get right into it.
So today, Shannon had the opportunity to publish a little article on Project Bring Me to Life about the Imbolc and the Imbolc holiday and what that symbolizes. And one of the most important things to remember about this holiday is that it's an opportunity for the fusion of new life. It's the opportunity for us as a people to come together and be able to really begin anew. And what is happening in the universe right now is that all of the particle matter is joining together and it's fusing itself into a beautiful, fluctuating, pulsing light. And that light is going to split into two parts. And we believe, as Druids, that those two parts represent the god and the goddess, and that they are going to now gestate, and they are preparing themselves to be born as the maiden god or the maiden goddess and the stag god on Spring Equinox. And so this is a beautiful ritual about new beginnings and bringing new life force and new energy into our space. And we all know how much we needed that after this Mercury retrograde process of the last couple of weeks. Everybody is really ready for some new and positive energy. And I think that is only going to be amplified by the Leo full moon that's coming up right now. And that's actually tomorrow. The Leo full moon is.
Awesome. Yeah, he's having technical difficulties trying to get us on the
Hey,
screen.
I got it. No, look, it's good.
Good job. Awesome. But yes, I'm glad that you mentioned that the full moon's in Leo. It seems to be affecting a lot of people pretty strongly between that and a couple of other things. Is there anything else happening in the cosmic world you want to share?
I think that the Leo moon right now is super amplified for Leos who fall in Leo as their sun sign, because it is creating a reflection. It's creating a perfect image, a perfect mirror of themselves. And so they're really able to see all of their beautiful parts and all of the parts that are giving them itchy twitchies. And so it's really raising their energy in a significant fashion. For folks who have their moon in Leo in their star chart, it is really a time of superpower energy. They are just charged with lots of energy, almost nervous energy, and that can be both really beneficial and supportive during this time, because they can get a lot of things done and completed off their little tasks lists. But at the same time, its nervousness, its aggression is kind of irritating. They might be having a really hard time sleeping. And a lot of people recently have been complaining about struggles with sleep, especially around the Mercury retrograde. So I think that combination and the fact that the Black Lilith moon is still in Virgo and will continue to be in Virgo until April. We have a lot of really powerful mother energy happening right now, and reflection energy, and in the chiming of the holiday, we are really connecting to this synthetic kind of maturation of energy that is allowing us to really reflect on who we are, what we want to do, how we want to let go. And it almost feels false. It almost feels like there's just too much. It's just too overwhelming. But really just keep digging through and combing it out. And at the end of this retrograde on February 11th, I promise you there's going to be a really big fresh breath of air, and you're going to be grateful for this reflection time.
That's beautiful. Whoa.
That was some feedback. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm going to take your word for that. I'm looking forward to this big, awesome end of retrograde already.
Yes, we're not betting on this in Vegas. We as psychics and astrologers are not taking bets on whether or not it's going to be an immediate improvement. But I am willing to hedge it and say that you're really going to feel that energy break at the end of this retrograde. So keep those fingers crossed.
Awesome. We do have people online.
We do. We're ready to go here, it looks like.
Yeah,
Sure.
whatever you want to do. I didn't know if, did you want to, is there any like sort of ritual that you want to talk about before you did that, or did you just want to get straight to the card reads?
We can talk a little bit about the rituals for Imbolc for sure. There are lots of really excellent rituals for this holiday. The eating of sweets and pleasuring oneself is a big one.
Yes.
So make sure to do something amazing for yourself, whether that's to have a sweet or take a bath or enjoy a glass of wine. It's really a time where you get to just celebrate yourself for a little bit and hold that moment. The second ritual that's really important and easy and something you can certainly do all the way through the rest of this week, especially with the full moon tomorrow, is to write down all of the things that you are ready to release and all of the things that you are looking to inspire. And you're going to take those two things and you're going to cross them in two different pieces of paper and bind their centers. And that's going to create an X formation of the pieces of paper with the binding in the middle of that. And this is a cord cutting ritual that creates a Brigit cross, but it also creates a runic symbol that is for the joining of the sacred family. And that symbol really is talking about fertility and the positivity of life that's coming forth into the universe. And then once those papers are bound, we burn them. So you're going to light them safely, and I have to do the insurance caveat here of please do this in a fireplace, a fire pit, somewhere safe. I'm not suggesting you just light this in your bedroom in any capacity. Please be safe when using fire. And if you can't, for whatever reason, use fire safely, you can release it into water. You can soak it until the paper becomes translucent and then release the paper that way. So either way, whichever is easiest for you, go forward and do the releasing ritual. We release the negative things from our lives because we want to come forward and we want to birth positive things into our lives. But we are also releasing the positive things, our inspiration, if you will, because this is the holiday for the goddess Brigit. And I have a little picture of her from the Goddess Oracle right here. Let's see if I can bring it in. And she is the goddess of inspiration. And so she is a weaver goddess, and she brings the energy of life and new life to us, but she also creates the fates and works with the fates and works with inspiring us in our energy. And so when we release in the fire or through the water the inspirational pieces that we want to bring forward, we are able to offer Brigit those musings, if you will, those memories to hold while she weaves the fiber and the webs of life. And so this helps our path establish itself, and it helps our lives stabilize. And that's one of the reasons why this is such an important ritual. And then the third ritual that is a really beautiful ritual is to do a contemplation meditation about synergy and about energy. And how I have people start to think about this meditation is that they come into a quiet space and a stillness within themselves, and then they really consider a spark bursting in their mind's eye. And they see that light roll over them and continue to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and it comes out over their third eye and down through and overflowing into their heart chakra. And this meditation is a beautiful meditation because it really symbolizes the fusion that is taking place within the universe that creates these ideas or these essences of Gaia and Source or God and Goddess, whatever form of spiritual entity you would prefer to connect to. So it's those are three really beautiful rituals that you can do on your own over the course of the next couple of days, for sure.
Beautiful. All right, so we should just get right into the card readings.
Alrighty. So we're going to read from 4 potential decks tonight. We have Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy Oracle cards to choose from, the Amy Marshinsky and Harana Hanto Goddess Oracle, which is one of the cards that I just showed, the Brigit card. I'm using the Animal Messages deck for folks who wanted to have an animal reading, and that's by Susie Green. And then my final deck that you can choose from tonight is a traditional Celtic tarot. It's called the Wildwood Tarot, and it's by Mark Ryan and John Matthews. And it's a beautiful deck, and it's very good at giving clarity, especially in situations where you have a distinct question. And when you're coming on to the readings tonight, you can just think about your question and take that space, as Suleiman and Shannon put you up into queue, and you don't in any way have to tell me the question. I can pull from the energetic field that we are here and within, created by Project Bring Me to Life, which we are so grateful for this incredible electronic magnitude they bring to us each week. So here we go. Who do we have on deck here, Suleiman?
Let's see. Was it Ashton?
Yeah, Ashton's actually going to be our number 1 if he can get the link, because he wanted to join the cam with us.
That is excellent news.
And Ashton, I PM'd you the link in the private message on the chat. So if you can figure out how to work that, there should be a small little 1 in the bubble.
He says, "Well, cool." He's in process.
Found it. So.
But while we're waiting on Ashton, I just want to say that I'm personally excited to do a Crossroads ritual
reading.
And
excellent.
I think that anybody watching should totally take part in that, because I have done a number of burning things.
Hello.
And it's just a really good way to read it.
Hello.
Hi, Ashton.
Hello, brother Spaceship Earth. How grateful I am to see you tonight.
Blessed
sir.
to see you guys.
Such a blessing to
Look
see
how
your beautiful soul.
Like an angel.
In his
He
mind.
does. He's always glowing, Ashton, of Spaceship Earth. He's amazing.
You guys are
So,
amazing.
Sire, how can I serve you tonight? What kind of reading would you like?
Okay. What are my options there?
Your options are the Marshinsky Goddess Oracle, the Susan Green Animal Messages Oracle, the Wildwood Tarot, which is the Celtic Druidic Tarot, and then we're doing the Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy card.
I think I want the goddess cards.
All right, sir. So we're going to take a nice deep breath, and I'm going to concentrate on your beautiful energy in your space, and I'm going to thank the goddess Brigit for bringing us together and creating this beautiful inspiration. And as you take a deep breath, I'm going to choose 3 cards for you. All right, some very powerful goddesses here for you tonight, Ashton. I'm shocked, simply shocked. So the first card, we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to do a past, present, future with these, okay?
Okay.
And so your first card is my personal goddess. I'm always grateful and present with her, and that is Goddess Kuan Yin. So you have chosen the goddess of compassion, and she is there, present for you in her beautiful glowing white light. This is your past card, so this tells me that certainly all of your past and your process up until this point, both from your soul and spirit space, but your star space as well, has brought you through a life of compassion. And this is not always an easy life, sweetheart. This is a life that is deeply challenging, because compassion requires us to constantly look at who we are, how we live, what we say, what we offer, how we serve. And this is a very meditative lifestyle. This is a very important lifestyle because it requires extraordinary amount of reflection for us. So I think Kuan Yin's message to you, coming through your past, is to know that she is there with you, and she is present, and she is leading with you, and she is listening to your words, and she is listening to your heart space, and she knows that the work that you're doing and you're coming forward is very important. And she asks you to continue to do that work with a call of compassion that you have had to lead your life up until this point. So your second card is a beautiful crone goddess. She's one of my very favorite goddesses, and she is Baba Yaga. And so this is the goddess who is the wild woman. And she is the goddess of the night, and she is on fire. She is a fire goddess, and she is full about bringing light into the world and through the darkness of the night. Now, she's a crone, so this is a wise woman who's coming to you and telling you messages and important things right now. But this can also really represent a strong maternal influence in your life, someone who is guiding you in an ancient way with her wisdom. Now, this does not necessarily have to be an older woman. This does not have to be an older person at all. This can be an ancient soul or a deep and older soul that is constantly inspiring you. But she's inspiring you in a way that is wild, that is kind of untamed, that's definitely unexpected. And so she's telling you to stay on your toes, you know, be ready here a little bit, because she's gonna keep you guessing. She's a little wily, you know. So be prepared. Yeah, just a little bit. So be prepared to be taken off course. Be prepared for the unexpected. Be prepared for adventure. Be prepared for things to suddenly fall into your lap, and you need to grab onto those and ride that broomstick. You just need to go, go, go. So be surprised and excited when those things happen. Even if they give you apprehension, go with it because she's wise. Your last goddess is the goddess your gnome, and she is the goddess of ecstasy. And this is a beautiful angel-winged dancing goddess. And she is an air goddess. And she is dancing with a beautiful water serpent. And that water serpent is wound all up and around her. And she is constantly spouting that energy and bringing that energy and that force of life and really vibrant life force to you. And so this is a woman or a feminine presence that's going to be coming into your life very soon, and it's going to be ecstatic. It's going to be very positive. It's going to be explosive, and definitely energizing. Very inspirational, and a little bit aloof. Again, another fun-loving, another kind of wild child goddess here. So, you know, very powerful energies coming for you in this reading. I think that the combination of these messages really calls out, if you read the sentence, it says that you act with compassion because a wise, wild woman is with you. And so from that experience, you will achieve your ecstasy. And what better thing to go forward and express and experience here on Imbolc, because this is all about the synergy of the god and the goddess and all about coming together. So I applaud you. Well done. You have beautiful energies working with you. Namaste, my beloved brother. I'm so grateful.
Namaste, super namaste. Thank you so much. All of that was super on point.
Yeah, don't lose faith, brother. She's coming. She's coming.
Ashton, we love you.
Woo! Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Blessed be, sweetheart.
You too.
Spaceship Earth, Ashton Robinson, everybody.
Pearly white teeth. Beautiful.
I have a couple more people on deck, but they haven't given me a choice of cards yet.
That's okay. If they are live, then they can go live and tell me just as he did. If they are not live, we can sing a little tune. Not me, though, because I don't sing, as you all know.
I'm getting more into singing on my ukulele.
Let's see here.
People are saying, pick me in the chat room. Pick me, pick me.
We got John in the chat room, and she's excited. And
Excellent.
She's in line, but nobody will give me the type of cards. Bree, if you are watching, you are next, but I need to know what deck of cards you would like to choose from.
Or if you want to join, you can click the link.
That too.
Johanna, if you can hear me, I can't wait to read for you and the little one. So excited.
Yes, and I would like to stress to everybody to drink plenty of water because it is so good.
It is very, very important to be hydrating right now. We have been in a lower solar flare phase. We haven't had too many, but it is definitely one of the things for the retrograde. Make sure you are pushing those foods, those sacred foods. Pomegranates, spinach, apricots, almonds. Make sure you are getting your leafy greens. Make sure you are getting fruit. If it's a berry, consume it. You need to get that positive energy into you.
For sure. Brianna said, she said, Wildwood, baby, and she's installing the plugin right now to join the...
All right.
So we'll have her on. And Trinity just joined. She says hello.
Oh, hello, Trinity. Sending you love all the way to Czech Republic. So grateful for your presence.
Yes.
While we're waiting on her to install a plugin, do you want to give us the quick reason why it's so important to do card readings during the holidays?
Sure, absolutely. So one of the reasons why we read and we check in with the universe during this time is because these are mile marker stones that occur for us naturally in the life cycle of the universe. And so everywhere in the universe is going through these cycles of changes. Now, if you are in the southern hemisphere, you are on a flip right now. But here in the northern hemisphere, we are working with Imbolc, and so we are in this new birth of the god and the goddess. And this is a wonderful time, as we had said in the ritual section of the podcast, to bring forward the inspiration that we want to go with into our growing season and into the time of the wheel of the year where we're creating things and we're developing things. And the second reason it's important to do card readings at this time is because this really is about giving you a map. Lots of people ask me, why do you read? How do you read? Why is it important? And I tell people that really what I'm doing is I'm offering you a map that you own, that you have, that you can't read because you don't read that language. And I happen to be able to read that language. I'm able to interpret that language. And so it's a beautiful gift given to me, and I'm always grateful to serve all of you in any way that I can. So when we read the map, it gives us the ideas, the exits, the billboards, the signposts, if you will, on where we should go next. And it's always our free will. It's always our choice to continue to go forward and really develop ourselves in our life path. But it's not also willy-nilly. It's not like walking through pudding, if you will. It gives you a little bit cleaner shot. So that's we're trying to remove the barriers. Although here in New England we've had 20 inches of new snow today, so it's a little more barriers than some people wanted. But the skiers and snowboarders are having a field day. So.
Oh man, that sounds amazing.
All right, so when Bree comes on, we're going to be reading from the Wildwood.
Yep.
Yes. And also,
all right.
I don't know if he told you, but Maura and Dave said, hi, Salina.
Hello, Maura and Dave. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always beautiful to have you joining us from beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Love you. Sending you beautiful joy and energy.
Does she need the link again?
Yeah, post the link again.
It says up and running, but all right. If you need that, there's the link again. And Catherine Folk also says hello. So,
oh, hello, Catherine. So beautiful for you to join us. Thank you so much. Hi, Brianna. How are you?
There we go. We got it.
How are you? I'm great, thank you. So we're going to read from the Wildwood Tarot for you tonight. And if you'll take a nice deep breath for me, I'm going to connect to your energy. And I'm going to sit and take a nice deep breath and work with the goddess Brigit and ask her to bless us in this connection. Ask her to help me divine for you so that you can get yourself a little bit more clarity. So let's see what the goddess has for you. There you are. Now I can see you, dear.
Oh, I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can. Like I was
Okay.
getting an echo of stuff we said like a minute ago, so I wasn't
Okay.
sure what was up with that. I've never done this before. I just now installed this.
You're totally good. You're doing great. It's really about me doing, thankfully, more than you doing. So we're going to work on that. All right. So I've chosen 3 cards for you, and they're going to work in a past, present, and future combination. And so tonight's purpose is really to just give you a little bit more clarity. So the first card that I've chosen for you from the deck is the Green Man. And the Green Man is the representation of the god at the summer solstice. And he is the symbol of the flourishing heart. He's the male aspect of nature. He is the connection between mankind and the stone temples of the ancients. It's the constantly renewing life force, male life force. And the Green Man is telling you at this time that it's very important for you to bestow creative energy into yourself and really create some confidence for yourself and assert your receiving of the natural flow. And what I mean by that is that I want you to take some time to meditate on what your gifts are and what you do really well. And then I want you to concentrate energy into those gifts. And that by doing so, you are going to create an inspirational abundance. You're going to create a current of abundance. And that life cycle is going to continue to develop and build because of that energy and that inspiration that you're going to put into your gifts. Okay? So the second card that I've chosen for you, so that was your past. That's just the last 3 months that you've been coming through and that you've been working with. And so the next card is where we are right now. And this is the 3 of Bows. And this card symbolizes a sage, and he is standing in front of a tree. And the bows and the staves are present there as if he is protecting himself and he has to walk through a gateway. And this card means that you are currently in the effect of or about to come into the effect of a very intense spiritual source. And that is going to give you an extraordinary amount of joy. But it's also going to give you a little bit of self-scrutiny. You're going to really have to look at what you want because you're going to have to go through a gateway of decision. And once you make that gateway choice and you move through that space, you're going to really feel a sense of completion. And this is probably going to happen in the next 3 to 6 weeks for you. And what that really means is that at this time, you're going to be specifically working on choosing exactly what you want to do. You're going to go forward with that choice. You're going to use all the gifts that you know you naturally have. You're going to activate the choice, and then it's going to happen for you. And so I really see that coming to conclusion for you by Spring Equinox. You're really going to have closed down, whether it's a big career change or a personal choice or a decision on a transition in a relationship. This is going to be a very major time where you kind of take the initiative and move forward through the gate. Okay? So your last card that I chose for you tonight is the card called the Moon on the Water. And this is a really beautiful card because this card represents the full moon rising above the swamplands and coming out of the darkness and out of the utter void into the unconscious reality of beautiful light. And it means that the moon on the water is here as a pathway builder for you. And it means that your path, your process is going to be completely lit with the blessings and the light of the goddess, as if you were coming through a full moon birth. And during this time, you really want to think about your potential, your choice, the gateway movement of your soul, what your soul really wants, your emotions and your consciousness and your intuition and your intuitive decision making. So this means that as you've made your big decisions and as you come into your process of moving through the gateway and you activate, your whole path is going to suddenly become illuminated. It's going to be like you were walking down a dark hallway and suddenly the lights go on and you can see everything perfectly clearly. And so that time period is going to happen for you from Spring Equinox right through Beltane, through May 1st. And it's going to be very illuminating. You have two animals on the moon on the water card. You have the bull, which represents the god, and you have the crane, which represents wisdom. And so this really means that if you're engaging in a relationship, especially with a strong-minded male, you need to be using your personal wisdom and your personal judgment to make sure that you're using that intuition and what you really hear in your heart to light your way, to light your path in those decision-making processes.
Okay.
So that's your reading tonight, and I hope that that helps and sheds some light on you. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
That was awesome. Thanks for joining.
Yay!
So I just want to let you know that we have, I think, 6 or 7 in queue.
Okay,
So
great.
you do
I'm
have some on deck.
Right.
Bree, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, all right, my darling? All right, and she's out. Awesome. So we have Sierra next, and she can't come live, but
Okay.
she's like the goddess deck.
All right, very good. Sarah, just take a nice deep breath for me. Be present, taking a nice, positive, deep breath. Holding that breath for me for a 3 count so I can really connect to you. And releasing it. And now we're going to do your reading. And we're using the Amy Marshinsky Goddess Oracle, The Way to Holiness Through the Goddess. And the first card that I've chosen for you is the goddess Kali. And Kali is the goddess of fear, and she is truly a powerful goddess. There's a parable about Kali about using the right foot and the left foot. When Kali uses her right foot, she is engaging her intense protective side. And when she is doing this, she is acting with true loving force for the universe. When Kali uses her left foot, she is activating her judgment and her ability to really change and sometimes harshly change the reality of things. And the reason I mention this parable to you right now is because with Kali as the goddess of fear, it's very important for you to recognize whether your fear is driving you in a right way or with your left foot. If your fear is driving you with your right foot and it's protecting you and it's really a seatbelt, you're using it as the ability to protect yourself from making decisions that could potentially harm you, then fear can be a good thing because it's kind of that safety net or that seatbelt. We're very grateful for those seatbelts, as annoying as they are, when we get into our accidents. So as life naturally and inevitably happens, the seatbelts are important. And so sometimes that fear is what makes us put the seatbelt on. If we're using our fear with our left foot, though, we need to be very conscious of the fact that the energy that is created around that is destructive in nature, and it's taking us and our energy and our source down. And so it's critical that you keep your fear in check and you ask yourself good questions. Your second goddess is the goddess Sophia, and she is the goddess of wisdom. And she is a beautiful white light pregnant goddess, and she is full of beautiful, loving, positive energy. And she's just growing and glowing from her sacral chakra. And she is just bringing that life and that wisdom into the universe. And Sophia is telling you right now in your present that you need to be very conscious of where you're getting your very wise advice from, because your very wise advice can sometimes drive you right back into your fear. So it's very important to make sure your wisdom and that intuition inside yourself, your very own wise voice, is the one that you're listening to the most. Because remember, sweetheart, you're the one who goes to bed with you each night. You know what's best for you. So listen to that wisdom and know that the goddess is with you. Your third card is Amarasatu, and she is the goddess of beauty. And this is a beautiful goddess, and she is covered in butterflies. And this goddess gives us the opportunity to look at ourselves even really during hard times and say, I'm beautiful, I'm special, and I'm beautiful in a way that I'm going to allow glow and emanate into the whole world. And one of the wisest things that we can do for ourselves and for our community and the people who love us is to allow our beauty to shine from within us. And so I'm challenging you. This is your future card. So your next 3 to 6 weeks, I'm really challenging you to find the beautiful parts of yourself, the ones that you love, that you're excited about, and bring those forward and share them with the community and share them with the people who love you. And I think you'll be really excited about the inspiration that you have coming to you. So I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful for offering you this reading. Namaste.
Awesome. Thanks. So next in line is Jonna, and she would like the goddess deck, but she's still trying to figure out how to use things, so you can go ahead and read for her.
Excellent. Hi, Johanna. I'm sending you so much love, my sweet. I'm so grateful. And I'm so thankful that you're here and your little person is with us. I feel him so strongly. I'm very excited for you. I want you to take a nice deep breath for me, sweetheart. Put your hands on that beautiful pregnant belly and give yourself over to the goddess. And know that that energy and love of the goddess is going to come and bring you some beautiful messages tonight. All right. So we have 3 beautiful cards for you, sweetheart. And I don't think that there are any surprises here, but I think that they're all messages that we needed to hear. So the first goddess is Oya, and she is the goddess of change. And she is swirling and twirling, and her robes are spinning, and they're beautiful. And she is powerful, and she calls the lightning forward and the power and the energy of the life force forward. And this happening right now for you especially is very, very powerful because your life is changing super quickly and expediently. And it's going to change in beautiful ways, and it's going to change in powerful ways, and it's going to change in enlightening ways, and it's going to change in destructive and disruptive ways. And our bodies are going to change, and they're going to shift as your soul and your heart and your mind shift. And as you take on motherhood, as some of the other mothers already on this podcast would certainly attest, and as a mother I can attest, there is no part of your life that will ever be the same. But it is a change that is so beautiful and so powerful, sweetheart, that you need to embrace it like the beauty and the power of the lightning when we see it. Now for you, your second card is Tara, and it's the white Tara, and it is the goddess of centering. And this is a beautiful omen for you coming into your delivery time right now, because this is your opportunity to really take the breath, truly take the breath, and center yourself and ask yourself how you want to mother and how you want to come forward and how you want to prepare your life and center your life around this beautiful new life. And this requires us from the very beginning, right now, as your life starts to slow down to an almost seemingly annoying crawl, to this moment right before your big changes occur. And this is your opportunity to really harness down into yourself, core energy from source into your crown chakra, and gaiatic energy into your feet, and really just take that breath. and find your center. And you know right where it is because your hands are right on top of it right now. And now it happens. And you have the baby, and he's here, and he's wonderful, and he's wet, and he's sticky, and he's screaming, and he's joyful, and he's inspirational, and he's everything you could ever want him to be, and you're exhausted. And you're like, that's it, I'm over it already, I can't handle anymore. How do you find the strength? We find the strength with the goddess Uzume. And the goddess Uzume is a beautiful goddess who calls us to our laughter. She is the goddess of laughter. And she does the most ridiculous, crazy, silly dances. And when she does her crazy, silly dances, all the world cannot help but laugh and be joyful. So there's going to be hard and difficult and sticky and wet and gooey and screaming times. But the best way to meet and match all of those difficulties are with your laughter and your music. So don't forget to dance. Dance when you're crying, dance when you're angry, dance when you don't have any more, and make sure every time you dance, you laugh. I love you, sweetheart. I'm always here for you.
Awesome. I'm sure she loved that because it made me smile a lot. So we do have a couple more on the line. But
all right, I saw Trinity join.
Yeah, Trinity was able to join us. So we're going to go ahead and let Trinity go, and then we're going to get someone else next in line. And I think...
Okay, great.
Trinity, can you hear us? Can you unmute her?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
we can now.
Hi, Trinity, darling. How are you?
I'm alright.
I'm sending you so much love tonight. Happy Imbolc.
Thank you.
What can I read for you this evening?
I originally chose the animal deck, but I mean you can sort of pick whatever. That's cool.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Nobody else has gone with our animals, so we're going to get in there and get crazy. I feel good about those. We're going to take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes for me. And I'm going to find some space and connect with you all the way across the big sea. And let it out. All right. Oh, excellent cards tonight, dear. So your first animal is your wolf. And this card is telling you that you really need to listen to your inner wisdom and that you need to choose for your freedom and not your fear. So as everyone knows, wolves are incredibly endangered, and that makes them super sacred and very, very special, but they have always been considered really sacred and always considered very wise. Wolves mate for life, and they are very devoted to their packs, and they are very protective of their partners and their sacred young. And this card in particular right now for you is really calling you to make sure that you are on a path for your wisdom and not your fear. And so you need to approach things with a little bit of a dog-like attitude. Like, don't be afraid to, like, you know, get in there and growl, get snarly if necessary, and you know, and protect yourself. But also remember that it's important to keep with your own and stay close to us and stay connected to those that love you and protect you and inspire you, because your pack is here for you and you are not alone. And so hold on to that knowledge and keep working towards that freedom. Your second card is the Mountain Goat. And this card is really super special because it's about fighting for love, and it's about making declarations about the self and making sure that you are being very clear that you won't take unfaithfulness. And unfaithfulness does not always mean with our partners or our lovers. Sometimes unfaithfulness is when people break trust. They break sacred trust with us. They break an understanding or a meaning of themselves to really kind of just edge edge their way up the mountain, if you will, above or around you. And so make sure that you're being really clear with your boundaries right now. And if you need to, jump over those other goats and just kind of push them out of the way. And make sure that you're fighting for yourself. You know, both these cards, both your wolf and your goat, are telling you to stick with your pack and fight with yourself, and make sure that you're making wise choices around those things. So your third card that I chose for you tonight is the owl. And the owl is about seeking out deeper knowledge and being able to see through deception. And so this combination of cards for me really tells me that there's someone potentially in your life that's just needling you right now, or pushing you in a way that is uncomfortable or inappropriate. And you've kind of been questioning maybe what you want to do with that person or how you want to handle them. And you need to know your pack is with you, and you need to take this person out. This person needs to be removed from your space. You need to fly like the wise owl up into the tree, elevate yourself like the goat up the side of the mountain and away from the drama. And you need to stay close to the pack that you trust. And really make sure you're making wise decisions about who you're with and who you're allowing to influence you right now. So I'm sending you so much love, and I'm sending you so much protection. You have a lot of wisdom here and a lot of power in this reading. You are definitely being looked after. So don't fear the choices you're going to make, because you've got backup. So I believe in you, and I'm always here for you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
You're so welcome, honey.
Awesome. So I think we have Catherine next. I haven't seen her answer us in the chat, but I know she wants the angel deck.
Angel.
Okay, angel deck for Catherine coming up. Catherine, if you can hear me, just take a nice deep breath and know that I'm with you, and I'm so grateful that you're with me. And I am sending you love and energy right now. And we are really going to work here to get you some beautiful messages. We're going to ask the angels to come forward and help give us some resolution. Okay. So Catherine, tonight we have 3 beautiful angels coming to you. The first angel is the angel of sensitivity, emotional sensitivity. And she's telling you that you really need to work on your honor and make sure that you're respecting the fact that you have a very deep sensitivity and a true emotional connection to yourself and to the sacred spirit and to the sacred source. Recognizing our emotional sensitivity is very important in our lives, because so much of our culture tells us that we're supposed to push our emotions down and not connect to our emotions and just plow through and push on and do what feels like you're supposed to do it instead of what you want to do or what feels safe. And emotional sensitivity is a really important thing to be conscious of during Mercury retrograde, because it spikes so much. It's like we have a fonting of emotion. It's just coming out of every single source. I can see Shannon shaking her head yes as I'm saying these things. And it's totally true, because the emotional sensitivity affects everyone. It affects men, it affects women, it affects relationships. And so right now for you, the fact that this angel is coming up, I'm really asking you to give yourself some gentle loving, and make sure that you are responding to your emotions and listening to them. Do some journaling and connecting with them in a way that maybe you haven't connected with them before. But really make sure that you're letting go of any guilt or any frustration around being emotional. You absolutely have every right to be emotional right now. And know that the angels are recognizing that emotion, and they're heralding that for you. Your second card is the past life angel and the past life issue, and it's saying that you are working in a situation with an antagonist that is biased and that has been biased for you for many lifetimes. And the angels are here to help you remember that you need to be releasing and learning and healing from your past experiences. Past life issues are tricky because we don't always have the opportunity to walk up to someone we're having a past life issue with and really discuss them and connect with them about what that issue is necessarily. And so we are going to have to work this one out on your own, probably. And that really means that you're recognizing where those connective fibers are and what you can do to release them and what you can do to let go of them. And if you want, at some point, we can do a PM. We can private message and connect over this particular piece, and I can offer you some ritual ideas that will help you release some of the past life frustration and irritation. Make sure that you're contacting your angels for guidance on this and for asking them to help you remove those blocks. So your last card here is the Archangel Michael and the Archangel Raphael, and it is the Vacuum Away Your Fear card. And Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael are here to tell you that you need to release your fear around your intensity and around your energy. And make sure that you understand that you are fully present without any fear needed, because Michael and Raphael are absolutely at your back, and they are so present for you and sending you love and positive energy. And so I think that this also relates to your past life issue, because in that antagonist issue that's occurring for you in the past life piece, I think Michael and Raphael are really sending in this backup right now to tell you that they've got you here. They are protecting you, and they are present for you, and they don't want you to be concerned on whether or not you're going to have the strength to move through it or move past it. So although things might be emotional and consistently difficult right now, just to keep going, keep working it, keep praying and calling your angels for strength, and know that Michael and Raphael are absolutely present and here for you. I'm sending you so much love, always. Namaste.
Awesome. So I'm just giving you a slot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 in line, possibly 6. And up next we got Maura and Dave, who are actually live with us.
Hello, Maura and Dave, live with us. So beautiful.
Hey. How's it going?
So beautiful to see your faces.
Good to see you.
We're so
So
glad you
beautiful.
Yeah.
Am I doing a reading for the two of you together, or am I reading 2 cards for each of you?
I think both together.
We get both together.
Okay, great. So I'm going to have you hold hands, and I'm going to have you close your eyes and take a nice deep breath and know that I am with you as I am always with you. I am present, and I am glowing in beautiful purple light all around you right now. And I want you to know that I love you and that I am totally grateful that you are present with us tonight. And I am going to choose 2 goddess cards and 2 angel cards. And I want you to take a nice deep breath and let that out. All right, some beautiful cards tonight. Beautiful cards. You may open your eyes. So the goddess cards that I chose for you tonight are the goddess Vila, and she is the goddess of shape-shifting, and she also has beautiful wings, and she also has a beautiful horse. And she is an air goddess as well as an earth goddess. And this goddess is all about shifting our energy and being able to connect on the fly and connect quickly and almost chameleon through situations and through processes. And this is really important, especially in a relationship, because we're constantly feeding and pushing and feeding off of each other's energy. And so as you two fuse yourselves together and come together each day in your waking, you have to kind of gauge where the other one is and how are things going to go today and how am I going to shift and who am I going to be. And so Vila is really about making sure that you don't lose yourself in the process of trying to work with something else, whether it's your environment or your partner or your work. It's really important to make sure that you are connecting to who you are and what's important to you, each of you as individuals, because you will always be shape-shifting for one another to try and create a beautiful and positive space. But it's really important that you constantly stay connected to the self. So Vila calls you to meditate on the self so that you are able to chameleon in and out of all of the different groups and environments and spaces with each other that you have to maneuver within. Your second goddess is the goddess Glyphtis, and she is the goddess of synthesis. And she is a beautiful nature goddess. She's all earth grounding energy. And again, another fusion goddess, another goddess that is asking you to fuse your energies together and create synthesis and create growth together. And so this is really about taking that breath and understanding that growth does not happen overnight. Okay? If we could actually hear what it sounds like for a seed to burst through itself and push up through the earth and grow, it would be horrifying. There would be screaming. There would be constant chaos. You know, it is a very difficult process for seeds to explode, okay? This is not easy, people. And so those seeds, we believe in those bulbs, they are in the ground now, and they are covered in snow, and they are covered in beautiful white light energy that's fallen from the sky. But they are trying with all of their might to push out and to be who they are and to come into themselves, and they are synthesizing with their environment. They are synthesizing with their energy. So give it a little time. As you grow together, you will grow stronger, you will grow more fluid, you will grow more powerful within your relationship. And just remember not to push yourself too fast, too hard. Your angel cards tonight are the vegetarian vegan angel, asking you, my friends, to eat better and more healthy. We are looking for raw, healthy vegetables and fruits, spinach, apricots, almonds, pomegranates, cranberries, sacred foods. We must eat them and ingest them every day. And try as hard as you can to get as much raw vegetable and fruit as you can. If it's a berry, eat it. Just try and get all of the berries. Like, get all of the berries, okay? I was at Rootwire, as you know, with you, and the big saying during Rootwire was, open all the chakras. Well, this card asks you to eat all the fruits and vegetables. Totally harness on and really commit yourself to that space. Now, does this mean you have to go vegan? No, it doesn't. Everybody loves cheese, and not everybody wants to not eat cheese. So I understand that. I love cheese. I'm not going to stop eating it, but I am going to eat more happy broccoli with my cheese because it's going to help. So every time we make a good choice for ourselves, make sure those treats count. Okay, make sure they're really feeding your soul, and they're feeding your whole self. Okay. So your last angel card tonight is the Archangel Michael, and the Archangel Michael is telling you that he is working very closely with you to protect both of you in a situation and in a present engagement that you're having, whether it's between each other or whether it's within your families or within your source space. The Archangel Michael is here, and he is present for you, and he is bringing powerful swords of truth into your life and activating to protect both of you. And so we need to make sure that we are grateful and we are present with that energy, and we are thankful for that protection in that life force. So make sure that you are offering up energy and gratitude to the Archangel Michael, and make sure you're clearly communicating with him your fear and what you need protection from. And sometimes we need protection from ourselves. You know, sometimes we're doing all this shape-shifting and growing, and we're not eating our food, and then we need to be protected from ourselves. Did you like that, Dave? You like how I sewed that up together there? That's a little trick I have. Yeah. So it's important to make sure that you are protecting yourself from yourself, and you can ask the Archangel Michael to intercede for you and to engage you. And so those are your beautiful cards for my beautiful loves, and I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Very spot on.
Wonderful, yes. Exactly what we need to hear as always.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Happy Imbolc.
You
Love
too.
you.
Love you
guys.
too.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Shannon and CeeLo, for getting all of these wonderful people together and connecting us here in this space on Project Bring Me to Life. We are so grateful to be present with you this evening and helping you facilitate us.
We're grateful that you got such a lineup as well. It's not just us. You've done a lot of awesome promoting and helping people find out about us, and you've had a steady line of love coming from the chat room the entire time. Every time someone pops in, it's I love Salina.
Love it.
So,
I love all of you in the chat room. I'm so grateful for all of you taking time this evening to share space and energy with us here.
Yes.
yes.
Who do we have next?
We have Katie with the Wildwood. She said she won't be coming live, but she sends you love.
Okay. Hello, Miss Katie. I am sending you love as well, and I'm so grateful for your energy and for you coming tonight. Happy Imbolc, my dear. It has been a big one, for sure. Mercury retrograde, she is fierce. So let's keep our heads down in prayer. Take a deep breath for me, and I'm going to connect to you. And we're going to hold that for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. All right, wonderful. So tonight we have the Page of Bows as your very first card. Your second card is the 6 of Arrows, and your third card is the 2 of Vessels. So these are not surprising, I don't think too much, but the first card is going to be your past, and then the second card is right now, your present, and the third card is your future. So the Page of Bows is the midsummer, and it's moving towards Lungasad into August. So it's right in that middle time, and it's a space of secrecy and visions, the appearance of strangers, free spirits, dreams, and it really means that you are often seen as an emissary, and that you have to be working between all of those different energies, and that your gifts are very widely recognized and honored, and that you have the ability to perceive what the heart of the matter is, and you cherish your freedom more than anything else, and your spirit has always made you a unique and beautiful personality. It is important to remember that even when we are a prodigy, we need to keep our humbleness about us, and so the Page of Bows reminds us to stay humble and stay grateful for the gifts that we are given. And so this is the card for your past, and with the 6 of Arrows, you are moving into a card for transition. And the 6 of Arrows is specifically calling you to really reflect on the things that need to change in your life and what parts of your old life you're not going to be able to bring into your new life. And this is super poignant for Imbolc, because this is the beginning of the new life. This is the cycle of the new energy and the new space for our beautiful new wheel of the year. And so as you're going into a big transition for yourself coming up here, it's really important to do that review, and it may be very helpful for you to do the rituals that we were talking about the earlier part of the podcast, of doing the writing of all of the things that you want to let go and all of the things that you're interested in bringing as an inspiration into your life and into your new life. And then bring those two things together in the beautiful cross and bind them in the middle. And when we bind those 2 letters together in the middle, we are going to burn those safely, and that's going to be a great ritual for you during this transition time. So your third card is the Two of Vessels, which is the attraction card, and it's also the card for the Sacred Beltane, which is the sacred marriage. And it's the god and the goddess coming together in beautiful sacred union to create a full womb and have her go forward to be able to bring new life into the world with midsummer. And so this is a beautiful opportunity for hand fasting, and as you're about to make big transitions and such things into your future, I am confident that you have found a beautiful and powerful partner. And I am sending you so much joy and love and blessings on your union and your positive transitions. Make sure that you are praying and you are talking openly and honestly about the things that you want to go forward into the next position of your new life. Namaste, my sweet.
Awesome. Great work. So we have 3 more in queue. I just want to let anyone know that's listening. If I missed you in the chat, if you say 2222, we will get you in line. And right now we have Shayna.
Hey, Shayna.
Hello! I'm so excited to be reading for you, my Dakshini goddess. Happy Imbolc to you. Happy Imbolc. So how may I serve you this evening? We have goddesses, animals, angels, and tarot.
Yeah, Wildwood sounds great. I was really feeling that calling me.
Excellent. I need you to just take a nice deep breath for me and all of your beautiful light. Always shining with such beautiful pink rosy light. Always happy to have the loving goddess around you. Always happy for her gift. I'm so thankful to be present for you this evening and to be sharing this space. All right, you may open your eyes after a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Oh, we have excellent cards for you here. All right, so your first card is the Page of Arrows, which is the wren. So you also have an animal here, and wrens are one of the little hardiest birds there are. They are just so wonderful. I just love them. I'm going to show you the picture on this card because it is just so sweet and darling.
Oh.
The wren represents watchfulness and mystery, determination in work, scholarship and wisdom, and vigilant guardianship. And this card really is talking to you about the sturdy application of your wisdom. What do you need to do to understand yourself, and how do you need to apply that to your situations? And this card is asking you to really look at your youth and what things served you and what things didn't. What determining factors of your past life are you going to carry forward with you, and what skills are you going to be able to bring into really dramatic realization for yourself? And so the wren is really about constantly listening and foraging and creating, and then taking your nest apart and having to rebuild it together again, and constantly working in a cycle of change. And so right now, the wren is a little frozen in, especially up here in New York and New England. We are under a heavy blanket of snow, our little wrens. And they're just trying to peek out, you know, and they're trying to look and see if they've got some light that they can come out and maybe forage around for. And so this, for you coming in your past, is really a reflection of you having to tear down and rebuild different segments, different sections of your life. And so as we move forward into your second card, which is your present card, we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can activate that. And your second card is the Eight of Bows, and that is the Hearthfire card. And the Hearthfire card gives you warmth in the deep, dark parts of the winter. And it really talks about the communion with your community. And it talks about the finding of innermost peace and looking for your personal well-being and your personal achievement by sharing yourself with your community. And that really comes to us through hope. When we meet with our community and we engage the people that love us, it builds inspiration in us. It builds creation in us. And that's all about this holiday. This holiday is all about grabbing that inspiration and that hot light and like building it, maturating with it and glowing with it. And I want you to like just imagine yourself coming together and bringing all that beautiful energy into yourself and then bursting. And I want you to do that every time you go out into the community, every time you engage your work, every time you're working with your teams, because those are the people that are going to continue to inspire you to do what you need to do the work that you need to do. Now your last card and your future card is the Green Woman. And the Green Woman is a little bit different than the Green Man, because the Green Woman really talks to ourselves about the Universal Mother and what we need from the Universal Mother. She is the Guinevere. She's the Isis. She is the ever-loving womb. She is the flower bride. She is the mistress of the animals, and she is a wild woman. And she is coming to you right now because she is calling to you and telling you that there is a time that is coming in your very near future that is talking to you about nurturing and protecting and about learning and initiation. And it's talking to you a little bit more about meditating on yourself and your soul and understanding how to commune with sacred nature and how to commune with generous spirit. And when we work with the generous spirit of nature, we are constantly inspired. I spent a significant amount of time shoveling today. And some people would be like, you know, that's not very inspiring. And yes, it was absolutely beautiful. It was sparkling. It was light. And even though the snow was falling and blowing all around me, it was like being in an interactive snow globe. And it was so powerful to feel that nature and to feel that power and know that the goddess light was in that power. That's the core of our spirituality. That is the core of our inspiration. And so right now for you, if you read these cards as a sentence, it would say, be diligent, look at the past, what didn't work, tend to your hearth, call your community, and don't be afraid to harness that wild woman power, just a little bit. I'm sending you so much love. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Shayna, for coming on.
Thanks.
Awesome. So
how are we doing here?
Got
Great.
4 in line.
Wonderful news. And who's up next?
Yes. So we have Erin next with an angel deck, and she said she's just going to watch.
Okay. And she wants the angels, I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So we're going to take a nice deep breath. And I'm going to connect with you. We're going to see what the angels are going to bring us today as messages for you. Excellent. All right, some really beautiful messages here. Your first card is the Angel of Fairies. And some people ask me, how do you have an Angel of the Fairies? And I say, well, all the fairies are just special, smaller angels. And one of the most important things to remember is that you have a beautiful bond with things that are magical, things that are special, things that are creative, and anything that is connected to nature. And it is absolutely critical that you fuse yourself with that energy and with nature in order to bring those sparkly lights and fairy musings into your life. And this is something that's really powerfully connected for you and maybe appears in your art, in your music, in the listening and enjoying of those things, but it's also really about connecting to things that are maybe a little odd or a little different, and that's where you find comfort in things that are special and maybe a little bit off stream. And so the fairies are there and they're sending you messages. So if you feel like you've been stuck a little bit, I would tell you to look between the lines, because that's where the fairies like to leave their messages. That's also where they've left your keys and your socks. So just in case you were looking for those, they're right between the lines or under the couch. Your second card is the God Box. And the God Box is the angel that asks you to write down your fear and your worries and your concerns, and it's asking you to put that into a special container, into a jar or a box or a jewelry box or even a shoe box that you decorate or decoupage, and you put your requests, your inspiration, your messages to the angels in this box. And so the angels are calling you to create this box and maybe get really creative and excited about developing a connection to them and to being able to ask for what we need, because sometimes it's hard to give ourselves permission. In fact, it's almost always hard to give ourselves permission to ask ourselves if we can be truthful with what we really need. And so the first step in doing that is to do that with the angels. And so if we can be truthful in writing and saying what we really need with the angels, then we can learn to open up that throat chakra and say what we need and be able to speak our truth to those around us. And the last card that I chose for you is the Archangel Raphael. And he is a healing angel. And he wants you to know that he is here and he is bathing you in beautiful green heart light. And he is supporting you in your healing work and the energy that you're doing in reaching out to yourself right now. And he is telling me to tell you that it's absolutely going to be okay. That question that you keep asking, is this going to be okay? The Archangel Raphael is telling me right now for you that it's going to be okay, and that there's absolutely no doubt that you will have a conclusion, and that you will have a conclusion actually before the end of the week. That if you really listen to yourself and you write down what you need and what you need to know, and you offer that up honestly, you will be able to really find a way in a space. So those are the cards that I chose for you, and I hope that those messages help. Namaste.
Wonderful.
That was awesome. Now take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath for a few minutes. We have
Yeah, that was a big one. Raphael was very strongly present with me during that reading. Very, very strongly present.
I could feel it. I knew you need a second to...
Yeah, take that one down for a second. Thank you. Shannon and Suleiman have traveled with me on Progress when I work during the festival circuit, and I'm really excited because to do readings with them and on Project Bring Me to Life, because it gives me the opportunity to work with folks who are intuitive and really know how to support this process. So it's a real special gift that these two are offering this tonight, and that I'm able to do this with them.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. I did want to say real quick for David, who just joined the chat room, there's a option in the chat. If you click settings and then you uncheck scroll to latest message, will not scroll down every time you try to scroll up when there's a new message in the chat room. So thank you, David.
And that goes for anybody. And we are just glad that there have been so many people active in the chat. And it's just really awesome. And we want to remind anyone that's watching that we do have 3 more podcasts coming up this week. They're all live. We have tomorrow night Michael Garfield, and we're also doing... I'm so excited for that one. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be wonderful.
And we're also giving away a journal, which I thought I had here. I was going to show.
It's right there.
Oh. We're waiting on Reed to come live with us. But we'll be giving away this journal tomorrow on the podcast. So if you are in our chat room and you haven't subscribed to us yet, you can subscribe on the little gray bar to your right and have a chance to win and just get our newsletter and be up to date with Project Bring Me to Life.
Yes, we have lots of wonderful people, such as Salina.
I am also really, because we have so many people who are currently on deck right now, if I don't get to you and you had requested a reading from me for this podcast, I will PM you your cards via Facebook. So if you are not able to get on tonight and you had sent me a request for a reading, then I will PM you your cards, just so that we can keep taking folks who are alive tonight.
Right.
Awesome.
Beautiful. So, Ree, you are on. Hey, Ree.
Guys, what's up?
Oh, my beautiful fairy flow. It's so beautiful to see you. Always lovely. How may I serve you this evening? Animal, angel, wildwood, or goddess?
Oh, wow. I don't know.
I'm
you
thinking
choose.
I'm thinking you wildwood. So let's take a deep breath and find your center with me. Really bring that source light down through your crown and over your third eye, out that beautiful mouth. And then take that new breath in and fill that beautiful heart chakra with love. And we're going to do a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. You may open your eyes. Wonderful. So we have 3 really powerful cards for you here tonight, sweetheart.
Is
the
that
first
wildwood
one,
again?
yes, this is the Wildwood Tarot. Your first card is the card of the journey. And this card is calling for a full moon reflection and really making sure that the path that you are meant to be on is the journey that you are taking. And this really requires a lot of journaling and a lot of front focus on what we are doing and what we want to be doing. And where are we going? How are we moving? And this is something, now this card is in your past station, so this is something that you've been working on really hard over the last 3 to 6 months in reflection of the self. And you really need to know that that work that you've been doing and that process that you've been doing is really taking you on a journey now. And it's starting to get exciting. It's starting to get really powerful. And you're connecting with people, and at the same time, it gets a little scary. You know, this card has that really intense image at the bottom of that deer skull. And the reason that that's really powerful is because there is intense things happening on journeys. There are people who don't always serve us well. There are people in actions and environments that don't serve us well. And we need to be conscious of who we are bringing in and who we are creating environment and connection with. Because the journey is part of your path, part of your life process. And you are on this movement and on this forward motion, and you need to be conscious of who you are inviting on that journey with you. Now, your second card is the 9 of Bows. And this has the wild man in hunting form on it. And he is calling for respect. And when the wild man hunts, it's a very particular dance that happens in nature. He has to move stealthily within the trees and within the environment. He can't do any harm to the environment around him. He comes with power and grace, and yet he is wild and untamed. And so during all of these things, regardless of how wild and powerful and hot and crazy he is constantly moving with respect through nature and through his environment. And so this is a really important card for you because it's critical that when we are inviting people on a journey with us, they are respecting us and who we are, but they are also respecting our environment and the environments that they move within. Now, your last card is the Ancestor card. And this card represents bringing a wise person into your life to ask positive questions and to be able to help you with guidance and to help you with process. Because our ancestors and our past, that is what helps set the foundation for how we think and who we are. And so there are really powerful people and really powerful ancestors in your life and energies in your life, wise women, wise men, who have come into your life and are willing to guide you and support you. And your ancestors of your own bloodline and your own star line are divinely present with you and for you. And so you need to make sure that you are praying and doing that journaling and communicating with them so that you can stay focused on your path, which leads you to your journey. So that's your really important statement for tonight. You need to stay focused on your path that leads you to your journey. I'm so grateful you came on. Namaste.
Thank you so much for doing that for me. What you were saying just made total sense of what I'm going through and stuff, and it's really good to hear encouragement and guidance from wise people such as yourself.
Oh.
Awesome.
Well, I'm totally happy to serve you. Thank you so much, and I'm always here for you. You know how to find me. Make sure that you're reaching out when you need me, okay? Namaste, sweetheart.
Thank you. I love you. Thanks, guys.
Great. Thank you, Reed.
So we have 3 in line, and next up is Jody. She's not going to be coming live with us, but she would like a mixture of the goddess and the angel deck, if that's possible.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Just take a nice deep breath for me. And we're going to do a nice 3 count. You've been with us, so you've kind of got this down now, I'm sure. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And we're going to hold that 1, 2, 3. And we're going to let that out. Let's see who we've got here. All right. So tonight your first goddess is Nuka. And Nuka is an air goddess that represents order. And so this goddess is in your past station. And so this means the last 3 to 6 months of your life has really been about getting it organized and getting yourself stable and finding the order that you are looking for. And sometimes that means like opening the windows and clearing the air. That means clearing the air in our minds, and that also means clearing the air in our hearts. That means that we are openly communicating and talking clearly and structured ways with people that we love and with the people that we need to work with on a daily basis. And so connecting all the different parts of our lives in neat and clean order is not always easy, but when it becomes difficult, the most important thing Nuka tells us is to clear the air. So the angel card that I chose for you is actually a chakra card from this deck, and it's the crown chakra. And it says that you need to be paying attention to your ideas because the divine is sending you true messages. And this is a really beautiful card in the Doreen Virtue deck that is symbolizing Avalon and Atlantis kind of merged together there in the moonlight. And this really is a space in our crown chakra where spiritual ideas come from and where source enters our being, where positive male energy source comes into our mind. And we call this purple light, this source light, our power light. And it creates a spiritual revolution, if you will, every time you call source into your crown chakra, because it floods you with powerful inspirational energy. And it's very hard to stay stuck in those negative energies when we call source and call power light into the crown chakra. So I'm really challenging you to reach for your inspiration and call that power energy forward into your mind and ask yourself where the divine is calling you. Where is your inner intuition really firing? And your last goddess is the goddess Yemenya, and she is the goddess of surrender. And she's a very powerful goddess because she knows when to call it quits. She knows when to let go. She knows when to fold them. She knows when it is important to recognize that sometimes winning is letting go. And so surrendering is sometimes diving into the deep end of the pool and swimming all the way down and washing all that negativity off of you and letting the powerful things, events, environments that have put force or pressure on you and letting them go. And then when you emerge again from the water, that really allows you to connect again with your whole self. And it's a baptism that we can give to ourselves. So it is a beautiful reading. Order yourself, bring in the divine, and know when to let go. I'm sending you light and love from the angels and the goddesses. Namaste.
Awesome. Take a breather if you need one.
I'm good. I am good.
Awesome.
That was a beautiful reading.
It was. We have 2 more in queue. I don't know if there's anyone else in the chat that I've missed, so if so, please let me know. And up next I have Rachel with the Wildwood, and I don't believe she's coming live with us.
Okay. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'd like you to take a nice deep breath. And just call that beautiful light in around yourself. Just be present in the positive energy field. Know that I'm here to help give you divine messages. And we're going to do a 3 count on that breath. 1, 2, 3. All right. Excellent. So we are reading from the Wildwood deck in the past, present, and future. And your first card is the 7 of Stones. And the 7 of Stones is about healing. And it's about accepting the process of energy and the divine moving through us. And it's about allowing ourselves to heal ourselves. And in the imagery on the card, the green woman is sitting cross-legged, and she is praying. And she is praying because the individual in front of her is harmed, both through sickness and injury and emotional pain. And so this card is really calling you to look to the wholeness and recovery that you need. And the physical and emotional woundings that have been taking place, you need to be willing to see that those are in your past, and that there is a process right now to allowing yourself to forgive the process of that pain. And that really being able to heal is about letting go of the suffering soul. Your second card is the 7 of Vessels. And the 7 of Vessels is about mourning. And so in collaboration with this first card, I would guess that you are going through a really major transition right now of intense reconstruction of either the self or an environment, maybe a relationship. Something really negative that has taken place is now in your past, has now started you on a path to healing. And the path of that process starts with our mourning. And so when we are mourning, we are present with what has transitioned into a new space. And we have to ask and offer thanks for the memories that we've had that were positive, but we also have to recognize that it's time to let go. Because those processes, whether they were unconscious or whether they were realized, whether they were actual or whether they were spiritual, need to be honored because their passing is significant. And this relationship has been a very intense tidal flow of emotions for you from your past and through your mind space, but also through your spirit space. And so it's critical at this time that you really allow yourself to go through that process and feel that mourning and feel that sadness. Your last card is the 9 of Stones. And this card talks about tradition. And how do we traditionally handle pain? How do we traditionally handle suffering? And how do we traditionally handle even death and transition of death or mourning? And one of the hardest things about our society is that we've really lost a lot of our rituals here in the States in America around the traditional concepts of mourning and healing. There's a really defined process to these two things. And self-forgiveness is a big part of that. Acceptance is a big part of that. And accepting how we can activate within our spirit selves is the last and biggest part of that. And so it is critical now that your traditions of your past are able to activate for you in a way that you are able to really make decisions to let go of what is past and do the real healing that you've set out to do. And the good news is that when we follow a traditional line, when we follow the things that give us comfort and give us understanding, we are able to come to our healing process all that much more faster. So this is a beautiful reading of presence and self-forgiveness, acceptance and healing, and understanding that your traditions are not all bad. Look at the traditions that you've set up for yourself and look at the traditions that come from your culture and your own spiritual space, and embrace some of those and pursue those in your process of healing. I am sending you much love. Namaste.
Beautiful. We have, I think, 3 more online, and our next one's actually going to come live with us. We're waiting on him to click the link.
Oh,
Come on.
coming on down.
That's great. The energy that everybody is creating is amazing, and it's like there's a good amount of people in the chat room, and it's lovely to see.
I'm really grateful for the response tonight and the support for everybody coming out to Project Bring Me to Life and to doing these readings tonight on this sacred holiday. Thank you so much for joining us. David, lovely to see you. What's up, brother? How are you?
Got out of work, got back just in time.
I'm so excited. I'm grateful to be here. How can I serve you? Animal, angel, goddess, or tarot?
Going with the angels. I couldn't decide, and it's hard for me to go wrong with those angels.
Can't go wrong with the angels, for sure. There's never a negative presence there. So we're going to take a nice deep breath together, and you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to feel me connect to you energetically. And we're going to do a 3 count. And in the process of that 3 count, I'm going to choose your cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. Excellent. So I've chosen 3 beautiful cards for you. The first one is to heal away your addictions. This is in your past space, and it's saying that it's time to let go of the behaviors that have been blocking you from your truest heart's desire. It's time to ask the Archangel Raphael for support. And the Archangel Raphael is here, and he is telling you that you are bigger than your vices. You have beautiful, powerful energy inside of you, and you have so much to offer your world and your community and your pack and all of the people that adore you. And the Archangel Raphael is here to tell you that you can let go of those vices and those things that have not served you in the past. And this does not always have to be typical vices that we think about. It doesn't always have to be things like alcohol or substance or food. It can be vices like self-doubt or negative self-talk or fear of connection. And the Archangel Raphael is here to tell you to just shed those things and really let go at this time and know that you are able to heal past those vices and you are able to really connect in a beautiful and powerful way with yourself, and that the Archangel Raphael is here to support you in that. He also wants you to know that there's a beloved one that you care very much about, and he is present with that beloved one who has recently, last, I'd say, year, crossed over into his space and into his energy field. And he's here to tell you that that special person for you is watching and giving you strength and giving you love and energy. And they believe in you very much. Your second card is your solar plexus chakra, and it's telling you that it is time for you to take powerful charge of yourself and your life in positive ways. And this is incredibly powerful. This is a beautiful card because it's really telling you to let that light and that fire out of you and to allow that to come forward and guide you to doing what you know you need to do and know what you can do. And the solar plexus chakra is like one of those chakras that everybody like forgets about, and like we never really connect to it. And it's so critical that we are connecting to it, because the more that we connect to our solar plexus, the stronger we are with ourselves and with our energy. And it's absolutely important right now for you to make sure that you are connecting to yourself and to your energies and knowing that that fire that's burning inside of you, it is absolutely coming. And you should trust it. And you should just let it just come forward and burst out and be merry. Your last card is the card that says, being willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain so you can enjoy your peacefulness. And this is a beautiful card that is telling you to just wrap yourself in the light and love of the angels and know that the better person that you are, the more that you forgive, the more that you are able to let go of people who are negative to you, you are going to just grow infinitely more strong and infinitely more rooted in yourself and in your power. Forgiveness is the ultimate letting go. It's the ability to just say, I'm okay with who I am and the decisions that I've made. And sometimes, David, it's really important. Raphael is really clear with me right now that you need to make sure that you are forgiving yourself and know that you have done everything that you can do in this situation. And that it's absolutely critical that you let go and know that the angels love you, and that the more you are willing to forgive yourself and the more that you are willing to forgive others who are sometimes misguided. They're not always trying to harm us, but they're misguided in their process. Just know that you are present enough with the angels to let go for them and to be willing to forgive them for their misguidedness. I'm sending you so much beautiful orange light and love, and I am telling you that everything is going to be just beautiful and positive for you. Just go forward and glow, my friend, glow. The angels are with you. Namaste.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thanks for joining us, David.
No problem.
Oh, love the beard.
Thanks. Majestic.
It is. That's exactly what it said.
That is what he said. He said it's a very majestic beard.
Cool.
So thanks for joining us. We hope you can tune in the rest of the week. Awesome. So,
Malachite?
yes. Do you want to say it?
No. That's all you.
We have Malachite on deck, and they would like the angel cards as well. And that's an awesome name.
Okay.
That was a really awesome reading. I could tell he was super touched. And I'm just really glad he came in with us.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful David was able to join us. It's a very special light, bringing some very powerful things into the world.
And he's been awesome. He's tuned in to the last couple podcasts, so it's been nice to have him.
Is Malachi coming on live, or am I just reading straight?
I believe you're just going to straight read because they didn't answer when we asked if they'd like to come live.
Okie dokie. Malachi, if you're there, I am sending you so much energy and love right now. Just take a nice deep breath for me. And I'm going to choose some cards, see what powerful energies we can bring forward, hopefully giving you some guidance and support right now. We're going to do a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. All right. So the first card we have for you is the Integrity Angel. This angel says that you need to make sure that you are aligning your actions with your values and that your inner knowingness is going to guide you in the best way possible. You need to make sure that you're doing what you need to do for you. And that means listening to ourselves and making sure our self-talk is positive and that energy is really resonating in an integral way. What does that mean when we have to act in an integral way? It means that we are connecting with our total truth, whatever your total truth is for you. And that's not always going to be the same as what our parents want or what our community wants or what our friends necessarily want or what people are telling you to do. But it's going to be what the urgency inside of you, the inner inspiration and message, it's going to be the one that's pushing you most forward. And so my structure here for you is that I would make sure that if you feel like you're being challenged, if you feel like you are being pushed to do something you're not interested in doing, then make sure that you're acting with your utmost integrity. You know what you want to do most or best. And so take that deep breath for yourself and listen to that self-talk. And listen to how you want to hear yourself talk about yourself and talk about the world. And make sure that when you are acting with integrity, you are listening to your own intuition on how you should be acting. Your second card is in your present state, and it is the Clear Yourself card. It's asking the angels to release any negative or toxic energies that you have absorbed. And so this is a really important card because it's calling you right now in the present to make sure that you are working on letting go of negative past construct, negative environment, negative habits. This is a card that is calling you to action and telling you that the angels are there supporting you in clearing that negative energy from your life and in clearing those negative feelings. Your third card is the third eye chakra. And it says that it's safe for you to see the energy of love and angels and auras and visions and to work with your psychics. And this is extremely important because as we engage our spiritual self and we are engaging our positive energies, we are bringing energy into our third eye. And we are calling source light and spirit light into our forefront of our mind right here. And that activates the connection, the elevator, I like to call it, between your throat and your heart, okay? So when we activate the third eye, it's like we can have an immediate centering with our spirit self to activate what we need through our throat and to activate what we want from our heart. And when we get down to our heart chakra, we can fill that elevator with all of the things that we want and we need, and we can go right back up to our throat chakra and speak our truth and work with our integrity, and we can work to clear ourselves and our energies so that we are acting in the most positive way possible, so that when our elevator makes it back to our third eye, our spirit is ringing true and our minds are ringing clear. So I am sending you love and spiritual blessings, and I am so thankful that you were able to join us tonight. Namaste.
Awesome. So,
everything is awesome.
when you put
It's a super team. It's a power team.
You guys been a pretty powerful team. So we have one more on deck. We haven't got a hold of her. But while we're waiting to get a hold of her, I think Celia wants a reading.
Yes, please.
Excellent. Silmon, angels, animals, goddesses, or tarot, how can I serve you?
Can I get the wildwood?
Absolutely, sir. It'd be my honor.
Yes.
Take a nice deep breath for me. I've been present with your energy all evening, and I'm so grateful for that. And as I sit here present with you, we're going to take a nice deep breath in through our source light and exhale it right out through our throat chakra, activating those truth words. And then a nice new breath in through our nose and right down into our heart chakra. And that's creating that energy that I'm connecting to right there with the things that we love and need. And I'm going to have you open your eyes. And you have some excellent cards here. Yes. Not surprised at all that you also have some animals appearing for you. You have a full stag and a maiden swan, so the presence of the god and the goddess presenting themselves for you in your first card. Connecting with the stag and the swan, both symbols of purity and inspiration and grace and power. Swans are one of the most powerful animals. They have the ability with their wing strength to break up to 160 pounds. So they will snap a man's spine with their wings. So don't mess with no mama swans. On the flip side, stag gods are also equally as powerful and very beautiful and graceful. They can move at high speeds through the forest, dodging here and there. And yet at the same time, they will actively pursue and protect for the things that they want and they need. So as we are coming into the gestation time for the maiden god and goddess, we are really looking at the connection of that energy creating itself in your life. And that means that in your right now, your current past, your gods and goddesses are creating themselves and preparing themselves. And they are moving forward at high speeds, but with great grace. And so I would definitely look at the Ace of Vessels as the Water of Life card, and that this is that you have come into the true path and that you are receiving your baptism and that you are on the flow and process of the things that you need to be doing, and that the waters of life are founting out of the sacred chalice for you right now. And they are witnessed by the god and the goddess, and they are calling you to continue to come forth and do the work that you need to do. Your second card is your Three of Stones, and this is the goddess of creativity. And here she is present over the entryway of a henge. And so it's the three stones over themselves, and she is laid. But what is really beautiful about this is that as she lays between the power stones, waiting and receiving, her beautiful feet are deep into the Gaiatic earth, and they are growing. And they are setting roots. Because creativity, as much as it needs and marries inspiration, requires fertility. It requires fertile ground to grow. And if you don't plant the seeds of your creativity well and sow them and take care of them and build them, they will not take root and they will not grow. And this is something that you must tend to. Every good gardener will tell you that you can throw lots of seeds in the ground, but it'll be a mishmash of what you get if you don't tend that garden in that ground. So make sure that the things that you are setting your creative seeds into are fertile and can sustain that type of growth, the growth that you really want. Make sure that you're watering them with the wisdom that you have from the god and the goddess in the first card, and know that it requires anchoring and that roots aren't bad. That even when we're young, when we establish the foundation of the things that we really want, the roots are there to help us keep growing. The sky's the limit, Suleiman. There's nothing you can't do. But you have to have a sound foundation to grow all those trees on. And your last card is the Two of Bows, and it is the wild man on fire. And he is a fuego. He is en fuego. And he is there, and he is holding both staffs in his hands, even though they are fully on fire. And he is the card of decisions. And when we have to move through a portal and we are setting ourselves ablaze, it usually means that we have to make a big decision about where we want to be and how we want to be and what we're going to do. And what is really interesting to me here is that you have two portals if you look at these two cards together, both the god and the goddess are going through portals. So that means that this creative choice, these creative things that are growing and maturating, you're going to have to make some big decisions on how to go forward with those and light those things aflame and really set fire to these dreams. And the god and the goddess are telling you that they are present and they are graceful and they are powerful and they are inspired by you. Namaste.
Namaste. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
You're so welcome.
Like the god and the goddess portals. That's really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Had some great messages tonight. Really powerful messages.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like everybody could agree on that.
For sure. Been a powerful week with all kinds of interesting energies, and it's only Monday, guys.
It's only Monday.
Are we waiting on deck for one more still?
I haven't got a response from them, so...
Okay, I have one that I would like to get off in the meantime then.
For sure.
I had promised Jacob that I would read for him. So I'm going to choose an animal for him. And
Is this Stratosphere?
Yes, Jacob Pascus of Stratosphere.
Awesome.
Always grateful for his presence.
Yeah.
Very much looking forward to being able to serve at the Sonic Boom Festival with both Spaceship Earth and Stratosphere. I will be there teaching, and I am grateful for that opportunity. I really highly suggest, if you're interested in a wonderful festival over Memorial Day weekend, there's nothing better than Fort Collins, Colorado. Sonic Boom. Come out and jam with some very excellent people. Really excited to connect with them.
Colorado's gorgeous.
Yeah, there's never a bad time to be in Colorado.
Exactly.
So, Jacob, tonight we have 3 cards for you. Wild Boar is your animal card. Whatever tradition other people expect you to be of, you need to be true to yourself. So the wild boar is telling you to be strong and powerful, and that in the greatest path to the process of our truth, we know that only to be ourselves. And boars are wandering animals, so they're animals that move all over the forest. And it's really important that you are concentrating on what moves you and what things are most powerful to you. Your goddess card tonight is Hestia. She is the goddess of hearth and home. She is a crone goddess, and she is here sending you wisdom and telling you to really nurture that inner life light, that inner power light. And make sure that you're creating the home and the energy space that you want and that you see yourself in. And that the goddess is able to provide you with the wisdom to know what the best home is for you. And your last card is your angel card, and it is the cancel, clear, and delete. Use only positive words and thoughts. The angels are telling you to stop the negative thinking and let go. And so this is very important, because when we look at being pushed by tradition and when we look at what we really want to create in our home, it is really important to remove obstacles of negativity and old habits that no longer serve us. So make sure that we are getting in there and we are doing the good work. Namaste, brother. I'm gonna. Are we on deck yet, or should I keep going?
You can keep going.
Okay, I've got a reading for Austin Shea that has been requested. 2 goddesses and an animal. Austin, your first card tonight is Shakti, the goddess of energy. And she is here to tell you to make sure that you are keeping your energy up and that you are staying powerful and that you are making sure that you are being mindful of serpent and negative energies around you. Time for a chakra clearing and a chakra alignment. Very powerful, positive energy that needs to be coming into you from source and straight down into your root. Your animal card tonight, Austin, is the crocodile. And he is the animal of alchemy and energy. And he is ancient. And he will tell you that with each death or ending, there is always new life. And this is very, very important right now for you. You really need to be focusing on letting go of things that don't serve you and that aren't positive. It's another reptilian space here in the reading, and 2 reptiles usually tell me that there's time to shed the skin. It's time to let go of what is not working for us. And your last goddess tonight is the goddess Durga, and she is the goddess of boundaries. So all through this reading, we are talking about letting go, shedding negative skin, bringing in positive energy, and creating safety with positive boundaries. And Durga is the Hindi goddess that rides on a tiger, and she comes in roaring and holding all of her weapons and shields. And it's important for you right now to make sure that you are connecting with what boundaries are created safe and supportive of you and supportive of your positive energy and positive energy into your environment. So I'm going to send you lots of love. Namaste, my friend. I'm just going to keep rolling until Shannon gives me a signal here.
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to get on. So you can finish the ones that you need to finish, and then we're good.
Okay. So I had 2 more that were left that I wanted to get on, and one was for Patrick. And so I'm going to read for him, a goddess, an animal, and an angel. All right. So Patrick, tonight your first card is the hummingbird. And the hummingbird is telling you to turn away from all things that don't serve you so that love can blossom. And this is a really important message for you right now because you're going through so much intense change in your life. And it's really important that you're going to the right flowers and you're taking the nectar from the right spaces right now. And so make sure that you are allowing yourself to grow and be given the energy that the universe wants you to have. And make sure that you are not getting too tired. Those little wings on those hummingbirds, they flap awfully fast. And so you need to make sure that you are serving yourself and drinking the sacred drinks, cranberry juice, pomegranate juice, hard ciders even. Go for it. You need it and you deserve it. Make sure what you are taking into your body is serving you in positive ways. Your goddess tonight is Pachamama, and she is the goddess of healing, holing, and the holy. And she is an ancient crone goddess. She's here to tell you that you can heal from this pain and that you will become whole and that the holy ones are with you and they are watching over you and they are sending you great wisdom. Your angel card tonight is the indigo angel. And it says that the person that you are inquiring about is an indigo and a highly sensitive and naturally born leader. And this card tells you that there's a really powerful guide and spiritual energy that is present with you and is sending you lots of purple, blue power light. And you should not be afraid to wrap yourself in that energy and take from that energy as you need it. So I am sending you so much energy and love, and I am sending you great blessings. Namaste. And so the last one I had tonight was for Sarah. And I believe she had wanted to get on, and she wasn't able to. So I'm going to give her an animal reading. So Sarah, tonight your animals are tortoise, a peacock, and a frog. And the tortoise is here to tell you that when changes are made for the sake of change itself, you have to resist it. What does that mean? That means that slow and steady wins the race. We can't always just hurry up and change what we need to change because we want to change it. Change takes time, and time is slow to pass, especially when we want something. And the peacock is your second animal. And it's here to tell you that you need to protect your heart from those who may be cheating you and those who may be willing to hurt you. And whether they're hurting you through their indifference or their lack of communication or their inability to connect to you, they're still hurting you, and you need to be conscious of that. And so you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself with some safe boundaries and some safe shielding. And make sure that that's happening really critically right now during Mercury in retrograde, because that's so important. And then the last card I chose for you was the Frog. And this is the card that tells you that you need to adapt and survive, and that you need to be accepting the inevitable and seizing your potential. And so this gives us the opportunity to stick to the things we want to and hop off the ones we don't. And so it sounds like from this that somebody's trying to push you to make some radical change, but that it's really important that you're protecting your heart right now, and you are accepting that maybe some of these things aren't so good for you, and you need to hop off that and stick to something that's a little bit more positive and safe for your heart. So I'm sending you many blessings and telling you that your power animals are with you, and they're sending you lots of love. And Miss Shannon, were you on deck for a reading as well?
Sure, you can do me a reading. I think I would like... can I get a mixture of the goddess and the wildwood? Is that too hard?
Sure. All right. Let's see. We're going to choose one goddess for you.
That's what I was feeling.
And we're going to choose 2 wildwood. There she be. Take a nice deep breath for me. And I'm sending you lots of love and energy and gratitude for all of the work that you do for us. And let that breath out. And here we go. So the first card I chose for you from the wildwood is the 7 of Arrows. And this is in your past. And this is the wild woman, the green goddess, and she is being completely attacked by arrows. And this is our insecurity. And as I've said a couple of times, because it's a theme during Mercury in retrograde that we attack ourselves. So this is not a surprising process. The goddess is appearing for you because one of the spaces that is most difficult for you in your challenges is your insecurity and your ability to attack yourself, that negative self-talk. And so this is one of the things in your past that you've really had to overcome and you've had to work through. You've had to be willing to change that self-talk and change that victimization. Because when we lay ourselves out bare and we allow people to just shoot arrows at us, it's really challenging to feel like we're taking care of ourselves and we are feeding ourselves and giving ourselves what we need. So that insecurity is something that we need to make sure that we are keeping in check and that we are watching, and that especially, even though this is in your past, especially during retrograde, it's all about going backwards. We want to make sure that we are not allowing those pricky arrows of the past to get too far into our dress and into ourselves, because they are going to really create some scars and some pain. So if you feel those little pointy heads coming, you need to just pull those out and say, you know what, I don't need that anymore. It's not how I'm going to serve myself. So your goddess tonight is Morgan Le Fay, and she is in your presence, and she is the goddess of the rhythms. She is a threefold goddess, maiden, mother, and crone, and she is here to tell you that you are part of the cycle of life, and it is time for you to take your station. And as the Karma Queen, you know that that station carries a heavy crown, and sometimes that crown is too difficult to wear. And we need to remember to connect to our rhythms and connect to the natural life cycles, the wheel of the year. And remember that we are just growing our energy right now. We are just building ourselves. We are coming into our maiden power. And that power doesn't bloom until the equinox. So keep those projects coming and keep that energy steadily moving. But don't push too hard against the rhythm of the year. Walk with the drum, not against it. Remember that she tells you that the rhythms of life are within you and you need to still yourself enough to hear them And when you do, you are completely unstoppable. A beautiful card for you, my dear. I wish you only blessings as she does. Your final card is the King of Stones. On regular decks, this is the King of Pentacles. All energy and the wolf. He arrives. The King of the Wolves. And he is here as partially mate, as partially leader of the pack, with partial need for a queen. King of Stones cannot be served without a queen. And so, as we know, wolves mate for life. They are strong, bonded creatures. And life is a powerful and long journey. And when we look into the concept of powerful men and powerful energies that guide our lives, the King of Stones comes to you and tells you that you deserve to have that loyalty. You deserve to have that power and that wisdom. And you deserve to have someone who's willing to lead the pack with you. The King of Stones, he wears the pants. Sometimes it's important to remember, as feminist and powerful as we are, that it's nice to let the man be the man. And the King of Stones is absolutely present and here to tell you that there are some things that are man jobs and he's going to do them. And it's your job as a queen to remember that it's okay to let them do that, because that's their port and place in the pack. That's what gives them that sanctity and that wholeness to feel like they can go forward and that they can really serve and give to what they need in their community and to their family and to their queen. So that is a beautiful and powerful reading, my dear. Namaste.
Thank you. That was
You're
awesome.
so welcome.
I like how my right-hand man just sat there and giggled the whole time.
Well, I'm so grateful for everything the two of you have done tonight on Project Bring Me to Life. Amazing, super 2 hours, non-stop readings and awesomeness.
At one point, we had over 21 people in the chat, and that's pretty awesome. It was active and going for sure. So, thank you for being here and being with us the full 2 hours. I got a crossroads ready. I hope everybody does a little Imbolc sort of ritual this evening, and also just a heads up that the full moon's looking mighty full out there. I don't think it's 100% until tomorrow night, but yeah, it's still a good time to put crystals out if you were going to be busy tomorrow night, or if you may not remember. So
absolutely, charge your jewelry, get that water out into the moonlight, make sure that you are able to release anything negative from your house. And remember, when you are spring cleaning and you are sweeping, get it out. Don't just toss it in a can. It's going to go all the way out. Get it out of the house, because those little negative fairies, they live in all those crannies and corners. So make sure that we are cleansing completely. I'm so grateful for all of you and the magic that you bring. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste. Yeah, thank you. That was very beautiful, and definitely have you again, Salina.
Hooray!
Very
We'll talk soon. I'm very honored too, Suleiman. Thank you. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We'd like to say that tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will have Michael Garfield. So please join us for that podcast. It's going to be very amazing.
Super excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, Michael Garfield is great. He's got a lot of...
Absolutely beautiful guitar. Absolutely beautiful guitar work.
Definitely. He's brilliant in about everything he does. So, yeah, that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow and in our chat room. So be there.
Thank you for coming, everybody. Happy Imbolc.
Happy Imbolc, everybody. Bye.